All right, well, I'm just going to get right into it. I didn't sign up for any of this shit. Now, I know, trust me, I get it, okay? Which is why I'm okay with it. Society does have its, let's just say, constructs, okay? I get it. We all are experiencing some, at least variation of separation and or delusion. But I didn't sign up for any of this. I, personally speaking, have to make a conceited effort just to appear to be somewhat normal. Why? Because I engage in this world with you. And I understand that there are societal things that we agree upon. We are in a very interesting place where all of those things seem to be, I don't know, like almost up in arms, if you will. I mean, to describe just how different, death is rejoiceable for me. But I know not for everyone. So I keep my mouth shut. Because I understand. These masks, vaccinations, it's not for me. And no, I'm not going to get a vaccination just because it seems to be, I don't know, appears to be that 50% of the world or so, or not the world, careful, about 50% of where I live wants to get them. I don't understand it, but I don't have to. Just like you don't have to understand me. I don't expect you to. Yet I simultaneously understand it is expected of me. But that is my privilege right there. I have so much privilege that I don't expect anyone to understand me, while simultaneously I work very hard to understand you. So, when we engage in the day-to-day, I keep my mouth shut. I don't make your problems mine. I don't make the way that you perceive me my issue. No. From everything to relationships with romantic connotations, to parenting, to whatever. I don't find myself in very many common threads. But that's the glory of my privilege. I don't expect you to understand me, and I'm not going to take offense when you don't. When you do or don't. It's not that it doesn't matter to me. It does. Of course it does. Of course I want everybody in the whole wide world to understand Shane. I could easily just say, if you saw the world the way that I did, just for a day, it would be so easy to understand. If everybody read The Shamanic Way of the Bee and The Fifth Sacred Thing and the lectures called Bees by Dr. Steiner, then all of a sudden, magically, the heavens would open up for all of us in this grand understanding of one another, and life would be oh so perfect. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all perfectly happening. And you know, if you have attachments or expectations of me, I'm not your guy. I'm not. When I noticed them, the fallback game is in effect. It doesn't mean you are no longer in my life or my friend. Not at all. It just means that Shane understands once again. He is not understood, and that's okay. That's okay. If you take anything that I do personal, well, it's been fun knowing you. I'll always love you. Always. And when you're ready, I'll be here. Without any attachments to anything except mind, body, spirit, freedom. Freedom in everything. So much freedom, there's zero attachments, no identity, nothing. Beyond any conceivable nihilistic approach to so much self-awareness that one could only see themselves. When my daughter yesterday woke up and decided to go onto her phone, when she knows that Dad has one rule about that phone: do not go on it at the beginning of the day. Begin your day with water. Begin your day with fruit. Begin your day with getting yourself ready for the day. Now, it was like 7:30, and my daughter normally is up and at home at approximately 6. So, of course, I just slightly peeked in her door, and there she was on her phone. Immediately, her eyes met mine, knowing. And I could feel her fear of being judged. So I know that is me, and my reminder, and my privilege as a father. So as a father, I am reminded of the sun. So then it is my duty to shine that light, right? Not to come down so hard. That's unnecessary. Why would I need to come down in this idea of punishment? My daughter already punished herself when she looked at me with that fear. There's no reason to fear the Father. So, of course, feeling humbled, of healthy mind, of healthy body, and healthy spirit, in that moment, I felt my privilege as a father. To think that for 1 second my daughter would be afraid that she hurt me somehow or affected me in a negative way. For her to feel guilt and shame? That's a powerful feeling. A power that I really... I don't want to have over anyone. I want you to be able to tell me anything. Even if it is blaming me. Even if it is being afraid or triggered or whatever. So, how did I respond? Well, I could have taken her phone away. Maybe that would be a good idea. But I didn't. I don't need to do that. My daughter knows everything already. I'm just a reminder. So I asked her the simple question. When you got on your phone this morning, did you think of me? And of course her answer was yes. And I said, well, okay. When you aspected or pretended to be how I would be experiencing this situation, what did you think of? And she said that you would be bothered. And I said, well, okay. Do you still want to be on your phone? She said no. I'm feeling somewhat off today, and I don't know why. I don't need to be understood. I already understand myself. I don't always honor my pain, no. I don't necessarily have time to. Like right now, I have a few things that I need to tend to, including some bees out there. So I'm going to get to that. And they will humble me, I'm sure. They always do. This world sometimes seems very lonely. Even though we're surrounded by people. I'll always be here whenever you are ready. I know I'm different. I don't expect you to understand. And I certainly am not going to explain myself. I just live my life. If you don't like it, it's okay. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I'm weird, different, unusual, abnormal, interesting, whatever the fuck you want to call me. What I was referred to recently was, unorthodox. That to me is a compliment because, you know what? See, I almost did it. I was a speaker at an event and described as unorthodox. And to me, that is an honor and a privilege. I don't have to live in constant presentation. I could choose to live how I want to fucking live, even though I still must experience some form of conformity. The reason why is irrelevant, but the fact remains. that I do conform. Like when I'm with my daughter especially, you bet your ass I toe the fucking line. Occasionally my daughter does see what happens when somebody tests me. She was telling a story the other day of this time that this guy was yelling at me, and I told him to stop. He just kept raising his voice and yelling and saying words that I did not like my daughter's ear to hear. They were threatening words. So that day my daughter got to see a side of me that I don't always let out. I did not touch that man. But you bet your ass that man bowed. I'm not proud of it because I don't want my daughter to see that side of me. And simultaneously, there are some times I will not conform. That's my privilege of healthy mind, of healthy body, and healthy spirit. I engage day after day, minute after minute, hour after hour, without attachments to you. It can be a lonely world. Very, very lonely. I will not take my love away from you ever, no matter how you perceive me. It's always there. Whether you understand me or not, whether you empathize, whether you, whatever. I'm always here, forever and always. Forever. This is going to sound weird too, but I promise you, I'm going nowhere. I promise you.